The first two characters we encounter in the tale of the Lindworm are a king and a queen. And you know the type. They're the ones that have done every single thing right their entire lives. And they have wealth and joy and friendship and abundance to prove it. Yet despite this, the one thing that their hearts desire most has not yet come to them, and they think may never come to them, and that is a child of their own. And this grief fills them. It hangs in the air between them. It keeps them from loving each other in the privacy of their own bedchambers. And often the queen walks the lonely halls of her castle, weeping, crying out. Her tears splash on the stone floors. Her wails echo down the hallway. And one night, the castle halls are not enough to contain her grief, and she carries herself out and through the gardens and into the forest on the other side. A dark place, a wild place, perhaps even a dangerous place, and it seems like the only place for the queen to bring herself and all that she yearns for, and the sadness that hangs so heavily about her. And she wanders deeper into the forest until she comes to an oak tree, an old being, an old spirit of the land. And from this old one comes another, a crone, a woman wrinkled with age and wisdom, who walks up to the queen and says to her, "I know what it is that your heart longs for. I know the grief you hold, and I think that I have the key to bring you what it is you most want." And the queen falls to her knees, and she takes the woman's old, gnarled, soft hands into her own, and she begs her for any wisdom she might impart. And the old woman says this to her: "Under the dark moon, you must take yourself to your gardens, and there you must speak every desire that you have ever had, all that your heart longs for, anything you might imagine you could wish into the future. All of this must be spoken. Not a single desire left unsaid. You must speak it. You must yell it. You must sing it. You must weep it. You must whisper it, but speak every single desire out into the night. And when you think you have spoken them all, you must find yet one more, and speak this last desire into a gold cup and flip it over the dark earth. Then go to your bedchambers and make love to your husband. And in the morning you will come down back to your garden, and you will flip over that gold cup, two-handled, and you will see that underneath 2 flowers have grown, one red and one white. You must eat the white flower, and then all shall be well. It is the good and safe thing to do. And under no circumstance eat the red flower. Under no circumstance," she repeated, "eat the red flower, but eat the white, and what you wish for shall come to pass." The old woman pulled away from the queen, who kissed her fingers before she left, and then rose and went quickly back through the forest and through the gardens and into her own safe castle, where she anxiously awaited the nights until the moon was dark. And under only a star-lit night, she went into the garden, and just as the old woman had said, she spoke every one of her desires, all that her heart had ever longed for, out into the night. Yes, she sang, she yelled, she whispered. And when she thought she had spoken them all, she searched into the depths of her heart and found yet one more, and spoke it into the gold cup, double-handled, and flipped it over the dark soil. And then she went back up to her bedchambers and made love to her husband, the king. And in the morning she raced down to the garden, knelt on the finely manicured lawn, flipped over the cup, breathed in, for there, just as the old woman had said, were the red and white flowers. And this was a moment, for she knew, she remembered exactly what she had been told by the crone, and yet something inside of her compelled her to reach for the red flower. Desire and responsibility, red flower, white flower, two beings we encounter every day of our lives, two beings we have to constantly be choosing between, just as the queen in this moment of the story has found herself. And we will encounter, we will meet, we will greet, we will welcome these two flowers when we gather together in this Lindworm retreat. And we will see what desires we hold, we will see what responsibilities we bear, we will see which flowers we are to eat.